The views and opinions expressed in this podcast by the host and or the guest do not necessarily reflect the views of the host and or Paranormal Buzz Radio and or its sponsors. Use of any material produced by Paranormal Buzz Radio without express written consent is prohibited. Paranormal Buzz Radio will not be held responsible for you holding your knees, crying, and rocking in a corner in a puddle of your own urine, or being beheaded by a group of children in a cornfield. In fact, if you come across a group of children in a cornfield, we promise to make fun of you as you run away screaming in terror. Listener discretion is advised.
Hey everyone, this is Darren Bus from the Paranormal Bus Stop, brought to you by Paranormal Buzz Radio. The Ghoulish Gang is back. Myself, Darren Bus, Cynthia Gerodius, Ashley Storm, and Shay Carroll, where we talk about all things paranormal on a round table format. Come join us for some ghoulish fun.
Here's your host, Darren Bus.
Good evening, everybody, and welcome to another edition of the Paranormal Bus Stop on Spreaker.com under the Paranormal Buzz Radio Network. We have Miss Shay Carroll with us tonight and Cynthia Gerodius. And tonight, we got some interesting stuff. We're going to be talking about our favorite conspiracy theories. I hope everyone is doing well today. How are you doing, Cynthia?
Not too bad.
Shay?
I'm hanging in there. Other than 100 degrees for the 15th day in a row.
That's mild and rainy and that kind of day.
Oh, we're flooding and under tornado watch, which for New Hampshire is crazy. But yeah, we have floods and we're 100 degrees for the 15th day in a row. Yeah, so, but besides that, I'm excited to be back with you guys. I missed you last month.
Yay, we missed you too, and no, I do not envy you being underneath that much heat. Ugh.
No, it's the humidity. It's like been in the 80s and high 90s, but the humidity's been like 90 to 97 degrees every day. It's yeah.
I suppose. So did anybody go to the Gettysburg Bash this year?
No, I had to miss it this year. Yeah.
Okay. I know where Cynthia was. She was getting her carton full. Full of tarot cards and oracle cards.
I only bought one deck this time. Leave me alone.
Cynthia, you went to the bash?
No, I was at Paranormal and Psychic Expo of Kelly's.
I was like, what? Dude,
But
that's like halfway for us.
Yeah, they always make fun of me though because I normally end up coming home from the expos with like 2 or 3 new tarot decks or oracle decks or something.
I got
the
only one. I don't know if you can see. This is the only one I have, and I'm waiting for somebody to teach me how to do it. But
is it the? She's got the rebel deck.
Yeah, it makes me think of Roland.
Those are awesome.
Yeah, the unicorn killer. Hi, Amy. Yep. Thanks for joining us.
Demon.
Demon?
Hi, Amy. Yes, it's been a while.
So before we get into today's chat, how many people do we have actually online listening to the show right now?
I can't see until the end. There's at least 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There's at least 5 people in there right now.
Okay. So while you guys are in chat, which I'm just getting into now,
I see Amy is talking in chat, so I know she's definitely there.
Yay!
Yeah.
All right.
It's hard to tell if they don't talk.
Amy. Welcome. So, for those of you in chat and for those of you who are silent in the background, listen to tonight's show.
Hello,
favorite.
Hello, Nico.
Oh, Nico, welcome.
Nico Suave.
Nico.
You know, that beard, as long as it's getting it, pretty much is going to connect to his toes pretty soon.
I know, I saw that. I almost shit.
I didn't know it was that long until I saw him on YouTube with Paranormal Exposures.
Yeah.
And I'm like, holy crap.
I know.
Where did that beard go?
I'm trying to stay on topic. I have so many comments. Nothing about Nico, about braiding hair and certain things, but okay. Anyways, all right, take over, Taryn.
So for those of you in chat, please write down your favorite conspiracy theory that you like to listen to and think that there could be other ones towards the future. Other than that, Shay,
Yes.
let's start off you first. Your conspiracy theory that you like the most.
Oh, of course, because I wanted to go last.
Yeah.
All right. So my favorite conspiracy, JFK, the assassination of JFK.
That's a good one. And why is that your favorite?
Well, I don't want to say, like, not favorite in a good way, but it's just so compelling, and still to this day, I know so much about it, and I still don't know the truth.
What do you think the truth is? Do you think it's multiple killers? Do you think it's one killer? Do you think it's the guy in the car that actually shot in the back of the head?
Okay, so my whole thing is, number one, I don't know the truth. I don't exactly know what happened, but it is definitely a conspiracy. There was more than one person involved. Even if you believe Lee Harvey Oswald was the only shooter, there was more than one. He's not smart enough to do it alone, but there's more than one person. That technically makes it a conspiracy. And I don't even know if Lee Harvey Oswald was the actual shooter. I think there was there was three gunmen. That's my opinion. I don't know if he was one of them or not, but even if you don't believe that, technically, if you believe there's more than one person involved, it's a conspiracy.
What do you think, Cynthia?
I think the whole JFK thing is really interesting because, they, like Shay said, they have it pinned on one person, but there's no way in HE double hockey sticks that there could have only been one person. Because I'm sorry, but from everything that I have read about Lee Harvey Oswald, the man was not that intelligent.
No. And he was witnessed in the lunchroom by 3 people plus a cop at the time. Mm-hmm. And never mind that, but even say, all right, Nico, calm your little shorts, we're getting there. He wants to know if we think the government was involved.
Duh,
yeah.
That is one of them, yes.
Yes. At least the CIA, at the very least, because he was dismantling the CIA at the time.
Well, okay, so you've got that. And then if you even go back before he was assassinated, the whole Marilyn Monroe thing.
Yeah, with his brothers involved, love triangle.
I am sorry, but that girl did not commit suicide.
Nope.
No, that's another weird, I don't know.
Yeah.
But even in, let's see, I have it written here somewhere.
Yeah, she definitely had this stuff injected in her.
No.
They didn't suspect the glass being broken within or without. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
I don't think she was injected with anything. I think she was forced to do it.
That could very well be true. Because there was arguments between them.
I think it was pretty much, there was probably some sort of...
She knew too much.
Well, that too, but there was some sort of I forget the word that I'm looking for, but an alleged gun held to her head, not really a gun, but, they're forcing her to do it. Gun held to her head and said, you either take him or we force him down your throat. One of the two.
Yeah, and the doctors are involved as well because it's in the cover-up.
Well, duh.
Yeah.
I mean,
she was prescribed drugs and by that doctor, and he amped up the ante.
Multiple doctors though, but that was in a that's Anna Nicole Smith is the same thing.
Yeah, but I don't know. I think the whole JFK thing is. I think personally, he was getting to be too popular, and he was getting to be too much of a forward thinker.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But besides, you got the Cuba thing, and then, like I said, he was dismantling the CIA.
Mm-hmm.
And the only reason why the CIA still exists is because he died.
And for those of the CIA that are listening through our phones, have fun.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
I mean, there's said to be 2 shooters at the top of the hill. And then they thought that the third shot, they're thinking that the driver in the car tried to shoot back and accidentally got him instead.
No. Actually, there's 7 wounds between the 2 men, plus the headshot that blew half of his head off. Right? Mm-hmm. Supposedly Lee only got 3 shots off. Right? So where did the other ones come from? So they're saying... Right. So one took half his head off. Excuse me, that's very crass, but that's the truth. Right. And the other one totally missed, hit the sidewalk, hit the guy under the triple pass. It hit the sidewalk and then ricocheted and scarred him. So there's 2 bullets. This is where the quote-unquote magic bullet theory comes in. So 3 bullets. So we already accounted for 2. So the last bullet did the 7 wounds? No.
Yeah.
So
there's a lot involved there.
Yeah. So Nico, I think we answered your question on if we think the government. He said took about, but we're just saying had something to do with it, just because. We don't want to be taken out.
Yeah.
No. Well. And truthfully, I don't think that the government in itself took him out. I just think they had a hand in the reasoning why they wanted him gone.
Or just even potentially certain people in different parts. It doesn't mean the whole government was.
Yeah.
It doesn't mean there weren't, but this is why it's so intriguing to me, because at this point, we'll never know.
Nope.
You also think that there's also a part of the thing what they call the Kennedy curse? All these Kennedys have died beforehand, and
only 2 of them did.
One died in war, in battle.
Well, that was the girl. Yeah, so that's 3 that died. Sorry, you're correct. But there was 9 Kennedy kids. So,
yeah.
I don't know if it's a Kennedy curse, but I think the same powers to be. I think the same reason why JFK was killed is the same reason why Bobby Kennedy was killed. So.
Yep.
No matter what reason you think that is, that's just my opinion. I mean, why else? That's another whole conspiracy that we could get into at another time.
Show.
Yeah.
Show on that one.
Yeah. The whole Kennedy thing, we could keep going and going, but I'm dying to hear you guys'.
All right, Cynthia, I think you have 2, don't you?
Well, I've got a combination of a couple.
Let's start with the first one.
So the first one that I thought about that I found that was really, really, really intriguing. Let me pull it up here so I get the right information and I'm not giving the wrong stuff. It's Project Stargate. Project Stargate was something that was a highly classified project conducted first in a California research lab in the 70s and later in an Army base in Maryland. The CIA, Army and Defense Intelligence Agency, recruited men and women claiming to have powers of ESP to help uncover military and domestic intelligence. So it's basically the one that uses the psychics to figure out figure out military plans from overseas, like Soviet Union or wherever, during the Cold War.
Was Richard Dean Anderson part of this?
No. Not this one. I just think it's really, really interesting because...
This ran from like the 70s to almost the 90s, right?
1995 it was shut down.
Yeah, because I know, I don't want to mention any name, I'll mention the first name. I know Michelle, and I'm just going to leave it without using the last name because I don't have permission, was part of that. They from testing on, they did a lot of different, supposedly.
Yep. And supposedly the roots of Project Stargate go back to 1972 when a classified report came out claiming that the Soviet Union was pouring money into research involving ESP and psychics and stuff so that they could find out military plans and things about the U.S. So the U.S. decided to battle back and do the same damn thing. And supposedly this went on until 1995. Now, do they think it's actually done and over with? Truthfully?
No.
I don't.
No. I don't know.
I don't think so.
No, why would it? I really do think this existed, though.
Oh, and it's been documented that it existed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just...
Government came clean on that already.
The whole thing that fascinates me is, the who started it, why they started it. Did the Soviet Union actually, try and start this first? Or did it go back to roots of World War II, where Hitler was trying to use occult and paranormal and psychic things during the war to help his people out.
Yeah, with his big guns. He was saying that aliens that he were using his big guns to give him his big gun ideas.
Yeah. So that's one of them that really, 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 really intrigues me. Sorry, that's my dog.
I was going to say, holy cow, that was a good fitting part.
Yeah, that was my puppy. And the second one that really, really kind of intrigues me and makes me wonder is the whole satanic panic of the 80s and early 90s on the conspiracy theories with D&D being a portal to inducting people in a church and being a gateway to D&D, being a gateway to all of the other occult things, like the pagan beliefs and all of that. That one is another one that actually really, really kind of got me interested too, because, well, me, little Miss Wiccan here, used to be Wiccan. But hang on, I'm going to read you some of the stuff that I came up with that. So the whole wonderful satanic panic. In the late 1980s and early 90s, deeply held fear gripped America's heart. People, especially those of the Christian faith, saw satanic cults and devil worshippers behind every corner. Local news broadcasts had obligatory segments on a non-existent problem spreading through the heartland. A network of Satanists were kidnapping and abusing the young. Dozens of people were tried for the crimes, some were committed, and most of them were accused of playing D&D.
Do you still play D&D?
Do I still? Well, it's kind of hard because my DM, my Dungeon Master, is no longer living. So
no, I mean like with Taylor. Like, would Taylor do that with you?
He might. I mean, he still runs sessions. And that's
what I mean. I wasn't trying to go down.
Yeah, and he still runs sessions. Which I was going to say, I can always get the Ouija board out. I could play a couple of sessions there. But
I was going to say, there's always ways.
Yeah.
But we're still working on getting it rolling to play some games with us. We're trying.
Yeah, we're trying. But the thing about the whole satanic panic thing now is now they're saying that it's actually coming back in the form of QAnon.
Well, that I would believe. I would believe that more than fucking Dungeons and Dragons.
Yeah.
My son plays Dungeons and Dragons.
Yeah,
I don't believe. I don't think. You can't speak for everybody, but.
No, but the whole thing about it is during that time period, the late '80s, early '90s, Gary. I'm probably gonna butcher his name, but Gary Gygax,
Juicy.
the guy that created D&D,
Yeah.
actually had death threats and things from Christian organizations because
I believe it.
because they thought that it was supposedly the portal to hell, and that was the way that they were recruiting people into the Satanic Church.
I can't remember the exact years, but at least in the 80s, where they were blaming everything on Satan rituals and Satanistic ties and all this. There was never, ever a proven case of it.
Folks stick to heaven backwards.
And even back then with the Ouija boards, they never had proven cases with that either, did they?
What? What?
No.
With Satan?
No, with Ouija boards, that they use it for satanic rituals and all that stuff too. The church wasn't really as heavy on that as they were with the D&D, correct?
Yeah, sorry, I should have spoken. I meant satanic murders. Sorry.
Yeah. Well, and the thing about it is it's funny because, conspiracy theories to me like this and like even the JFK, any of them, they're always sparked by people who know nothing about what the hell they're talking about.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
They're either sparked by total lies or just a hate of truth.
Yep. Or fear.
Oh, yeah. Yep.
Is that a new kitten? Or is that a new puppy?
Are you talking to me?
Yes.
That's her puppy.
This is Kiki.
That's Kiki.
Oh. I guess I've never seen her really before.
Oh, that's Kiki. I've seen Kiki. That's the baby. Hi, baby. Sorry.
She's a half-bald Pomeranian. And she's beautiful no matter what you think. And Darren, if you don't think she's beautiful, you must be blind. Ha ha ha.
Ha ha ha. I didn't really see half of her, so ha ha ha.
No, it's Kiki. Yeah, she's calm.
But that's the two that really kind of sparked my interest. And the one about Project Stargate, though, that one really got me because it was like they had actually started a unit.
They did, yes.
In the military of like 20 soldiers that were supposed to have this ESP ability, that they're using, and they're putting them down on submarines.
Yeah.
And things like that,
They would do a lot of, or try to do a lot of remote viewing stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Would that probably also tie into the Philadelphia experiment, too.
Yeah, possibly, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Because they tried to make that ship disappear, in which, according to them, it happened. Been a few military personnel have died and become part of the ship when it came back, supposedly.
Yeah. Well, I'm sorry, and I know, like I said, those that are listening to us on our phones so that they can hear what we're talking about, we know that there's a whole hell of a lot more going on than you're telling us.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's always been there.
Yeah. All you gotta do is mention
that's when
FBI, CIA,
Men in Black.
Yeah. All you gotta mention the key words, and we'll get tons of listens.
Yeah.
There we go.
The Men in Black is a popular one too, because anything with UFOs or talking about anything about these conspiracy theories, sometimes you just might get a visitor. You don't know who the hell you're looking at.
Yeah, I'd rather not have one come knocking on my door.
Yeah, but it's like, it's just interesting the way how, that all transpired. And what do you think about the Stargate movie? Do you think has that any truth to that movie compared to what that theory?
But like
What's
the
your
big ring
Stargate?
thing?
Yeah. Do you think any of that's come to play with that?
Isn't that different?
Well,
I'm
yes, no.
confused.
I mean, okay, so if they can come up with things like HARP guns, which are another conspiracy theory, the HARP Project, which stands for, hang on and I'll tell you, it stands for High Frequency Active or Auroral Research, HAARP, HARP.
Oh,
Studies
yeah,
that
yeah.
add on
That's
this.
stuff up in, where's that? Shit, it's not Canada.
No, it's Alaska.
That's it. Yeah. Yeah.
It's Alaska, and the HARP project itself is one that's supposed to be. They're supposed to be able to do particle beam weapons, mind control, and weather modification.
Yeah,
so it's
supposedly the
almost
government can change the weather when it wants to change it.
Supposedly.
Right. So the government, if you're listen to us, can you change it tomorrow to be like 75 degrees, is nice and sunny?
no, like 60 would be good just for one day.
60 for New England, just so they can cool down a little bit, and just a nice calm 70 something for us. Nice sunny, breezy. Maybe not.
Yeah, why not? I mean,
Tornadoes all the time.
right. I mean, I would go and watch them. You know that.
I was trying to. I was like, oh, a tornado. I know what to look for. I'm looking for those funnel clouds. Where are they? Yeah.
They can be hidden pretty good.
We'll just call up CERN in Switzerland and make them quit playing with the particle collider.
There we go.
Can you consider that being a possible conspiracy theory too? With that?
No, they're using that as an excuse for a lot of the weather change and a lot of the the
global warming,
metaphysical stuff that's going on right now. Yeah, and time slips and time warps and all of that fun stuff. Yeah.
Okay.
Uh-huh.
Lots to unpack here with a lot of these conspiracy theories. I mean, we could go on with a whole bunch of different stuff,
Yep.
I mean, like I said, I've been listening to a lot of that stuff at work. I've listened to probably over 30, 40 episodes of conspiracy theories. So, helps pass the time.
Yeah.
And they think it's earplugs and it's not.
Shame on you. You're going to get yourself in trouble without trying.
Oh, my boss comes by. He caught me one day. It was so funny. I'm sitting here talking to, I was talking to Tim Miley. And I'm just sitting there talking away, and I'm peeling tape off my products and stuff like that. And also my boss comes by, and he goes, "Hey, what are you doing?" I'm looking up and still talking, and he goes, "Who are you talking to?" I says, "Talking to myself." And Tim Miley's in the background listening. It's like, "Oh boy, you're gonna get yourself in trouble." I said, "No." He just said, "Okay." He walked away.
I would have been like, "Yo, mama."
Yeah.
This is so funny. Oh. So,
Hey, Darren.
Yeah, what's yours, Darren?
Mine is Elvis. So, yeah, I chose a popular one because number one, it's easy. It's easy for me to remember of 3 different conspiracy theories that they have going with Elvis. And for those of you out there in the chat, thumbs up if you believe Elvis is still alive yet.
And if we don't believe, what do we do? I don't have a middle finger on here.
Put a thumbs down.
There you go.
I don't have that one either. Thumbs down. There we go. I just said it. Okay.
All right, Cynthia, thumbs up, thumbs down.
She's thumbs down for those of you. She's busy with the puppy.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, no,
So
he's gone. He's not. No, He is not still alive.
Yeah, and if he was still alive today, he'd be 88 years old. Okay. I don't think he's alive either. Like I said, I have fun listening to these conspiracy theories because the one I listen to, they give like the 3 most top ones that are discussed the most about these things, and then they rate them from 1 to 10, you know.
Uh-huh.
And
sorry, Mama Deb said Elvis has
left the building. Yes. It's so funny because, you know, the first one that they start out with is that he faked his own death. Okay, which I find is interesting in a way, but you know, they're saying that there's black helicopters floating around Graceland from the government because he has so many ties of being in the military that they believe that they picked him up and hauled him away in the helicopter, which, you know, there's not really many photos to back that up. You know, and the man died on a toilet, okay? He weighed 258 pounds at the time of death. His body was pumped full of 17 different kind of drugs, might I add, at the time. And I think pretty much he choked on his own vomit. You know?
He pretty much passed out. And
his colon was beyond repair because they said it was so full.
The man,
so he's heavily constipated.
A ticking time bomb.
Yeah, he was a ticking time bomb because the fame. Sorry, that was my boy. If you heard him in the background, he's playing a game. He wanted to get away from the fame so bad because it was destroying his life, you know, and he knew it. He was a mess, and he was trying to do whatever he could to fix himself. All he wanted to do is go back to the country living and have a simple life is what he really wanted.
Well, he barely, at the end, he barely left his bedroom, and I didn't know what everybody else was going to talk about, but if I remember correctly, at least 5 times a day he would have a cup full of mixed pills brought to him, like with meals, in between meals. They were all different ones. Like he was constantly.
Yeah, he was constantly feeding himself. Yeah.
Yeah.
Just to make it through the day.
Even, like one of them, was it his half brother that was also involved? But the people around him that not only allowed it but were delivering this, and very sad.
Yeah, it was. I mean, he died at 42. His mom, I believe, died at 46 with what was it? A stomach cancer. I forgot what it was that she died. Something with stomach.
Like that.
So, and you know, and now you look at his daughter, Lisa Marie. I believe was 58 when she passed, and
I didn't even know she was dead.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, she died of constipation issues.
Recently.
Yeah, recently.
All right, recently. Okay.
Like what's in
my
the?
daughter did say it was constipation issues. That she was so backed up that her stomach just basically exploded.
Yeah, well, that can happen. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, and then also now they're saying that drugs had something to do with hers too.
Yeah. Yeah, and I'm sure that drugs did have a play in her role in her life. Granted, she was 9 years old when he passed. So, so the thing is with him,
it's married Michael Jackson.
right.
Oh, come on! Everybody have. That's not a conspiracy or anything like that. For anybody that's going to jump into chat, that was a publicity stunt.
Yeah. So with his death being faked, they think that, and here's the astonishing thing. Okay, his coffin was made out of copper. Okay, copper is about 200 pounds. He was 258, and they said that the casket, when he, the pallbearers, which one of his friends or brothers, I forgot what it was, his knees buckled because his casket weighed over 900 pounds.
Okay, but how many pallbearers did he have?
I believe it was
usually
8 or 9.
It's usually
said
three.
They all had a hard time picking them up. Is it?
Because normally that's 6.
This anywhere from 6 to 9, depending on how big. Yeah.
Yeah, because he probably got the front and back. Who's ever carried the front and back, too?
Because, I mean, to me, if the casket that's weighed 900 pounds.
Not the casket. Casket, they're saying, is 200 pounds.
No.
258, so you got...
Him, the casket, everything that was in the casket, whatever. The whole shebang weighed 900 pounds.
Mm-hmm.
There is no way that they could have carried that.
That's what he said, because one of the knees buckled. And what they're thinking is that because they think that there was a wax dummy in the casket with a cooling fan inside that would weigh the extra 450 pounds that was missing. Because they're cooling it, because it was like someone saw water on his face, that they're damping the water, that they thought that was a wax dummy. So they're afraid that the wax is melting.
200-pound casket, 250-something pound man?
258, yep.
So that's 458.
458. So that would mean that you had a 500-pound cooling fan?
That's what they're speculating. And some of the people that looked at his facial, they came by, fixed his hair a little bit. They're saying that his choppers were fake. His nose looked crooked. It didn't even look like him, basically, is what they said in the casket.
But, all right.
It was
well,
off.
First of all, people hadn't seen him for a very long time because he didn't have company. He didn't leave his house. Is that a yes or no, Cynthia?
That is an I agree.
Yeah. People hadn't seen him in a very long time. He didn't show himself.
Yeah.
And he fell flat on his face when he freaking keeled over. Hello, that can break a nose.
But don't you think you'd be able to, especially if you're touching his hair, touching his face, don't you think you'll be able to tell the difference between a dead person and a wax dummy?
Yes.
You would think. At that point in time, I think you would tell the difference. But like I said, they're dabbing it with a rag because it was sweating, so to speak.
The whole hair thing, if they were fixing it, okay. So not to sound morbid or anything, but, I was fixing Roland's hair when he was in his coffin.
Yeah.
You can tell the difference between hair and a wig.
Yeah, you would think. And like I said, that was number one.
I like that, though. That was a good topic. Talking point. There we go.
Point?
So the second one with Elvis is that they believe he is still alive today, singing in front of us as a pastor in Arkansas, going under the alias name of Bob Joyce, which they say that he looks like him, he sings like him, plays the guitar like him.
Maybe it's his kid. I've never heard this.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've seen articles.
Right. And, they claim that one day he showed up at this church, started singing, and this lady stood up and saying, "Thank you, Elvis," thinking that he is Elvis. Now, here's the thing. Here's the kicker. The guy has already pointed out that in saying it, I am not Elvis. And that...
Well, if he was, he's not going to admit it. He's trying to hide.
Well, and right. And he says, and they say that he is shorter. Elvis had blue eyes. This guy has brown eyes. And that possibly that what they say with his family, that he is in his 60s, where Elvis should be in his 80s. So do you think Bob Joyce is lying about his age and he's still in his 80s? Like I said, I don't believe this one for a minute either, because, honestly, you would have to do a better job of really disappearing. you know.
And you wouldn't be playing the guitar and singing just like yourself.
Because you're creating more attention to yourself.
These are the people who sit there and say that Elvis, Tupac, Kurt Cobain, God, whoever else, are all sitting together somewhere in a retirement home.
I remember that was a big thing around here that Tupac was like.
Oh, Biggie Smalls was the other one, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, they still say he's alive yet.
Yeah.
They say he's rapping in some other country.
Who?
Tupac. Going under a different alias name.
Yeah, it's, I forget the name. Yeah, I've heard that.
Yeah.
I don't believe any of that was
exactly
either.
Like them.
Those are the only two rappers I pretty much liked was Tupac and Biggie.
Yeah, and the funny thing is, you know, like you were going on about when my younger cousin passed away, they had an Elvis impersonator because she was a huge Elvis fan. Huge. And this guy, it was Elvis Presley. Period.
Yeah.
But when it came down to it after the funeral, he wasn't Elvis no more. Yeah. Elvis had left the building.
Yeah.
Elvis is not breathing.
I mean, do you think Elvis, if it's possible, when you get older, I know my mother-in-law always keeps telling me, I'm shrinking. Do you think you actually shrink when you get older?
No, you can be like hunchback over or whatever. Your spine might curve, but you don't actually. You're not going to go from 6 feet to 5 feet.
No, you lose bone density is what you're losing. You're losing muscle mass and bone density.
Thank you.
So it looks like you are shrinking, but you are actually not.
Right.
And in looking at the comments here, I do have to agree with Amy. Amy goes like Prince, the people around him. There's still people out there that say that Prince is not dead. Prince is out somewhere, you know, because he didn't want to deal with all of the BS going on in the world.
Mm-hmm. And this is what they say about Elvis, that he wanted to live this life because he's always committed to his church that he always belonged to. And this is what he wanted to do, is he wanted to be in the country, like I said, be a pastor or be one of this church and be done away from the public. But they're also saying with this theory number 2 is that, okay, if he did this and he pushed away Lisa Marie, his other family, and came up with this family, you would think that Lisa Marie would know about that as well. I don't think he could hide that from her if that were to be true. So, yeah, like I said, I don't agree with the first or the second, and I don't agree with the third, which the third conspiracy theory is saying that he is part of Home Alone. The first movie of Home Alone, that he has a cameo shot in Home Alone. Yes.
You guys cannot see me and Cynthia's faces right now, but we're like, what? WTF?
Yeah.
He's part of the movie?
He has a cameo part, they say, in the Home Alone movie.
Where?
They said Little Mermaid had a cameo appearance by a penis, but that doesn't make it so either.
Touché. He is right.
So, yeah. I mean, they're talking about when the part where he, Macaulay Culkin, you know, put all that, slicked his hair back and they started saying White Christmas or whatever it was. They're thinking that he was singing that in the background for one. They're thinking that it was actually him singing it because he had it on one of his albums.
Wasn't that Bing Crosby in that one, though? Anyway.
No.
I think what they say that he had it on a separate album that he sang Christmas music when he was younger. So it was like one of his first or 2 albums that he made that White Christmas was on it.
It was an Elvis Presley song he was listening to. I remember that.
Oh, okay.
And
Amy's
so,
in there say what?
But the CD player, cassette player, record player, whatever. Come on, people.
Right.
Ooh.
And it goes deeper as to the part where the mother is in the airport.
Yeah.
And they're saying that the guy that was behind her on the bench, they're saying that was Elvis playing the role, because when he used to play his romantic songs or whatever it was you want to call it, that his head would jerk a particular way, and that in this part of the film, this guy's head jerked the way that Elvis would jerk singing these romantic songs. So they're saying that he was sitting on that bench behind her, and that
Elvis
that
was
was
sitting
him
on the bench behind her, jerking what?
jerking his head.
You walked
I know
right
it sounds
into
so
that.
bad.
The
It
one
sounds
on
so
his
bad.
stilts, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Oh my God.
You guys can do your own visualizations on those, but
Oh, Darren's blushing. Oh,
it's funny though.
I can't breathe. I'm gonna cry. Okay, sorry. All right, so we had 2 cameos in Home Alone,
Yeah.
not just one.
Well, it's just the music in the first one. They say it's him playing music, like the soundtrack of it.
Oh.
They say that he was supposedly some guy in the South as well. Yeah, what the hell did they call it? Like Buford something or Bubba something, or I don't remember what the hell it was. This was a while ago.
Bubba Hotop.
No, it was something else.
Because I know it had what's his face in it. But yeah, I mean that's what they were saying. What he was doing in the background on the bench. Now there's the other scene where they said it was him. Came up and said that he was.
There's another cameo.
Oh
Yeah.
no, he was one of the band members in the back of the frickin'
He
van.
was the king of the polka.
Whatever.
Yes, he was the king of polka.
At least
That's
that
what
one
they
makes
said.
a little more sense, even though I don't believe it, but makes more sense than that jerking.
Yeah.
Come on, spit it out.
The way he
Spit it
jerked
out.
his head around singing love songs, or
Yeah, there's a way how he just flung his head. So that's a romantic song, I guess.
But so many
Yeah,
people copied him.
Supposedly, one of the guys in the van that was in John Candy's band, the whole Kings of Polka thing, was supposedly supposed to be Elvis as well.
Yeah, that's the one that came up to sound the king of polka. So there is your conspiracy theory of Elvis, which is all not true.
Oh wait, Amy in chat says, I could see Elvis in the Blues Brothers, but Home Alone ?
Right?
Right? He would have, yeah. He's like, I could get away with being in this movie because none of these little kids will recognize me.
Well, they even said that the guy that actually played that part, it took a while to come up with his name, but he's like, no, I'm not Elvis. And Macaulay Culkin also came out and said and denied the reports that was Elvis. So.
What I'd like to know is where in the Sam Hill do these people come up with it? How? What? Where?
And how much time do you have? Like,
right? Yeah, I
So
can't.
they got a lot of time in life to do this stuff because they come out with some weird, cracky, crazy, screw shit.
Because they're what?
Yep. Yes.
So-
Mama Deb says Elvis was dead 12 years before Home Alone, but his song was used. She can Google so quick while I listen to these freaking shows. I'm like, I can't even read a sentence that quick, woman. She's behind me.
It's
But I mean, like I said, that's why I thought that, this Elvis one was crazy enough to, I think it was worthy of 3 spots of it.
Yeah.
crazy word.
Yeah. So we got 2
Yeah.
that we think are true, and 2 that we think are false.
I
Basically.
believe none of those with Elvis.
Well, that's what I mean. So
No,
you
okay.
think all your Elvis is not true, and we think one
Right.
of Cynthia's is the Stargate one's true.
I think there's some truth behind that. I have not listened to that one yet, so I will have to rig that one up tomorrow to listen to that one.
What was your
Well,
other one, Cynthia? I forget right now.
Oh, the Satanic Panic thing.
Yeah, so we think that one's probably false.
Yeah.
And I think mine's true, so that's 2 and 2.
So the Project Stargate thing actually is documented that they
Yes.
did try and do it.
Yeah.
So it did happen. But
Yeah,
my thing is, I don't think it happened the way they describe it.
Right.
and that harp one is a very big issue because that one's come up on a lot of different podcasts, not just on a conspiracy theory, but it's out there with a lot of them.
Oh,
I mean, Coast to Coast did a thing on it too.
They have that thing down in, I can't remember if it's the Bahamas or if it's one of the Florida Keys or whatever the heck it is. But that big, huge gun that's supposed to be able to shoot projectiles up into space,
Mm-hmm.
that was supposed to be one of the models for the HARP particle accelerator beam thingy that they're supposedly using. And then supposedly also with the HARP thing, I believe there's something with how, planes are supposedly leaving chemtrails and stuff like that.
Yeah, chemtrails is a big one.
Supposedly that's supposed to be like
Poison the air.
no, an indicator on where they need to fire the beams to and yada 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 and
Yeah. I mean, what about the Northern Lights? Do you think the Northern Lights are part of the HARP thing?
no,
That's an atmospheric.
that's a natural phenomenon.
Thank you, yes. Due to the atmosphere and changes
Mhm.
and blah, as she said, yada, yada, yada.
Yeah, no, that's a natural phenomenon. Period.
As far as we know. If we ever meet the
I
Men in
know.
Black, we'll have to ask them.
There we go.
There we
I
go.
think this was a lot of fun, guys. If you like this episode of Conspiracy Theories and want us to do another one, let us know. This was fun.
Yes. Thank you to everybody
We
that was
actually
in chat.
stayed in line in the whole show, too, guys.
What?
Mm.
What?
We did not fray from the conversation very much.
Just a little bit. Just the
But it all
jerk in.
tied in with each other, though. That's the thing. It tied in.
Yeah, but just the jerk in the head thing was the only...
Well, you are the one that took it the wrong way.
Hey,
Chick on the rabbit hole.
Right.
it was going too smoothly.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yep.
We didn't want
Yeah,
people to
I
get
had to
confused.
spoil it. I had to spoil it.
No, we just didn't want people to get too concerned that we had suddenly changed and become alien lizard people.
Yes. She has heat exhaustion and they're alien lizard people.
Right? So we got a few minutes left of the show. Cynthia, what y'all got coming up?
I have no clue.
Just get past through today, right?
Right. Possibly if things go well, I may be joining you on Saturday. Other than that, what is this, July? I don't really have much going on. We've had quite the summer. So Taylor is kind of down for the count a little bit. He 2 weeks ago got over the 4th of July weekend, got into a little bit of an accident at work. So he has a messed up hand and
Kind of looks like an alien hand.
no, it's just wrapped. But he has messed up his hand, so we haven't come up with anything yet. As far as investigations, of course we have Mango coming up in October. We've got November will be the Quad Cities, of course. There's a couple of Melbourne trips in there somewhere. I'm looking at trying to book Periwinkle Place here in Iowa. If y'all don't know what it is, look it up. It's a supposedly extremely haunted B&B in Chelsea, Iowa.
Interesting.
But other than that, this year's been pretty quiet for us. Like I said, we've been dealing with a lot of health issues and things like that with the team. So we don't have a whole lot booked.
Yeah, but that's okay sometimes, not to have a whole lot booked.
Yeah.
I'd rather have not a whole lot booked and be booked up to the brim and trying to figure out how to fit it all in.
Manage it all.
Yeah. Shay, what do you got coming up?
I'm almost in the same boat as Cynthia. I've had some medical stuff going on. So I haven't done anything in quite a few months here. As of investigating. October, I might do Parafest 6 again. Shay's Paranormal Chat Season 6 is going to be starting here soon. Yep. We just started a new show.
Nico's, right?
Nico's new show, yep. Paranormal Report. And I'm still working
with show.
The other one, yeah. Yeah. There's some awesome people.
Chad Armstrong, Nico Griffin.
Yep. Shane. And Michael. I don't remember Michael's last name. I'm sorry.
I don't either.
I don't remember his last name right now. But I've only talked to him and met him that one time. So, yeah, just working on that and working with the new owners. We're all getting comfortable in our new places and trying to work on stuff. And I'm still working on my trip. Maybe in the fall. I'm also... Caitlin's moving out. She's getting her first apartment.
Ooh.
Wow.
Yes. Yeah. So, and I'm also... And then, a month after she moves, I'm going to be moving. And I'm working on, hopefully, coming to Illinois, Iowa. It was supposed to be in, October, November. But I think I have to push it because of the moves a little bit. So, yeah, I'll let everybody know ahead of time. So, yeah. It's just too busy.
A year of rebuilding, to say the least.
Yes.
Yep.
So, like Cynthia said, this coming up Saturday, I'll be at Canterbury House and Farm with my friend Nathaniel Henning, which is part of our team. Marsha is not going. My son got a job, so she's going to have to help, have him go back and forth to his job. Amy and Scott Bingenheimer are joining us at Canterbury as well. And like Cynthia mentioned, that she might be joining us at Canterbury. So that's going to be a lot of fun. It'll be my first time going back since 2020. So I just need to get back and get that done. And then, let's see, the following week, our museum that I do bookings for at Watoma, the Worcester County Historical Museum, is having the Midwest Spirit Seekers there for our very first overnight. So that's going to be interesting. And eventually, in October, I'll be doing the same. We'll be doing overnight as well. And then at the end of October, I'll be heading to Iowa for the Bengal Haunted Crib party there. So I can't wait to get there. It's been a while. So it's been a while since I've seen everybody. It feels like there's a disconnect in a way, But other than that, it's Yeah, I'm starting to tie it down a little bit. We're going to be doing some urban legends coming up in the state of Wisconsin, and find some new locations. So
Sounds
it's
good.
about all going here.
Sounds good.
Yeah.
So other than that, any last words? Not last jerks, but last words.
Oh, sorry, I got confused. I'm speechless for once.
Wow.
Not a whole lot. Just hope everybody has a great week. Hope everybody has a great night.
Absolutely.
Thank you for everybody.
Stay dry.
We had more people. I know Allison, Nico, Mama Deb, Amy. There's a few other people. If I missed you, I'm sorry, but thank you to everybody that listens. And
Nico.
Absolutely. And like I said before, if you want us to do another conspiracy theory episode with some different ones, let us know. I thought that was a lot of fun. So, other than that, I thank you all for joining us tonight for the Paranormal Bus Stop, and we'll be back next month as to what topic I'm not quite sure yet. We'll be working on that, and we will see you next month, everybody. For Shay and Cynthia, so long, everybody.
good night.
Bye.